Be a physical battle, or is it going to be one? We saw how well you managed to score against UCC, for example, in the Munster final. Do you expect a free-flowing game like that, or something a lot tighter?
I would imagine we'll be a lot more tighter than that, because I mean, we scored, I think, 3-14, they scored 2-10. I can't see that scoreline being put up today by any teams. Maybe they will, but with the conditions there, it's going to make it a bit more difficult, and probably getting first touch and control is going to be more difficult as well today. So all those things might make it more of a backstay and a tighter day like that. And I suppose it will come down to the little bit of skill between whichever one of the forward lines can get the extra few breaks and get the scores.
Crossmaglen are practically invincible, Harry, as you know, when it comes to this stage of the competition. Only once, I think, has it happened they've lost an All-Ireland semi-final. What makes you think that Dr. Crokes can turn the tide today?
Well, our lads we've suffered defeat and victory in All-Ireland semi-finals, but again, we've had a fairly good record ourselves, albeit not as many as Crossmaglen would have done. But look, our lads have been up in All-Ireland before. We've come through tough campaigns in Kerry and Munster over the last number of years. So this team has been maturing nicely over the last number of years. So we're coming up here today, in confidence that we're not just coming up to make up numbers and let Crossmaglen head off into Croke Park on St Patrick's Day. We're going to try and put up as big a battle as we can. We've prepared well for it and we're ready for it. And it's great to be up against a team like Crossmaglen. You're going to have to meet them, and we're not coming up here thinking that we're going to be beaten by them. We're coming up here to win this game.
Carkilor, well, Amascan, Slua, Tranona, and you have Jack. Performance is going to be like, but do you fear Crokes at all this afternoon?
Yeah, well, certainly the forward line that you must fear, at least certainly respect in any case, and that'll be certainly for us. We have a good defence up against a good forward, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes. We, of course, will be relying on our forwards up front. We would like to think that they're clinical and efficient when they have enough possession. So I think the key today will be certainly midfield battle. If we can win midfield today, we're in a good platform.
Cross tend to go man-to-man, but when you consider that 4 of that Crokes forward line out of the 6 scored 3-12 in the Munster final, are you tempted at all to say double up in the likes of Colm Cooper?
No, we're going man-to-man. And we're going to stick man-to-man. I think it's what we train for, it's what we practice, it's what we preach. And so let's see how it goes,
Yeah, ten she'd far a go.
Doolan, steps as Bosky, Cooper, shots out the Turkish feet. Gorshach, the Hostiglen, Owen Brosnan, Jimmy Doolan, Farbid, Naffel, Preen, Kainted, pass off the Glor to Gestach and so, like I James Morgan, the Yowloch, Sheta, Fire, Colm Cooper, Stanyomati Loha, so. Yin Chen Kinnikart, the Harty, and the Svach Fira Harty. So a glad Hanish na here. Kijk weer zo een strain fan speler, dus dan verdiente. Verder wel leer was score alle dientige raken. Ach gewoon Finn Fitzgerald bledes ver. Het was Fennig agus David Buddy O'Leary in het Devil is Laline. Shot de tak de keer O'Leary, stak die doel in recht. Oh, and don't come to alcohol and get August Printington, get score, get Jamie Doolan, August cut Dame or our mistake, then that could dinner and the big one kind of it.
Ah, and kind of Chinchanda, Nice Little Chin for Owen Brosnan, August Chunna Hersega, Hart for Lorna Parker, a very sharp broom, Mitchina, Chakis Chahar and Croquet, Jamie Doolan. Shlani is Jahan Shen agus Shin Glaku and Tiefan Weed and Cost Shin is Marsher Moy.
Sar has acted to get Croquet Keelar and a Shahoin, both the Vanya and Johnny Buckley, Ilahech and Keen. Looney, Tucker Hillas Mocha, Agus Painted, and Scott Ella, Agus Turtaneg and the Metric of Greg Tinner, cracking the Gavasa, Donna Stoilem, Agus Fiona Shinson.
Jimmer Shake a fear white, a Gleha Canish the Moon, First Heart for Shock, Buncha, number Shin, a Gleha Canish, Hasten Geary, couple of Shock, no hen, Oxenia, Curlishin, via the McGarrett Cashnis Luha, Pachana Hersega, August Golan Chance, Glakus, Fair and Kiri, Milan and Sherry, Marshin, Gand out by Shesti.
Bishop Fachter East. Dahi Casey and Tressa, got for 3 vertical. Lewis Ma Aaron Kernan there get her Davil in here, Aaron Cunningham before the Gamara. Sugar Fitzgerald. The lad na Oga get Croquet Keelar and a Tusna at Osen so.
August and Doyle would have checked Fried and Lar, Leshan Rihershaw, Fried, Crossmaglen and Rudna, Harley and Dominic.
Brosnan. Machen Zogadi Looney, near Van Passabar, Echta. Gente come out get Brian Looney, Ambrose O'Donovan, Andrew Kennelly and Isher Roher, Gunning and then Laird the Saw. Shots are void, get Kennelly!
Her four real agus has bug chance of yogging on the Harran chin of Rian own glue shock shin. I got really shall touch it tagged Fridge and Lar Crossmaglen Shin Doyas Kieran O'Leary and Ladrak the Viega and Mishna Viega and Gullarainer the true heart and Chin Garushi Abelda and Lehrocho or Hogay. I really shall have Rian Arnold tag Fridge and Lar Egg the Croaky.
Nia Carter Brazen and Trusson Feinte Evisha Tour to Stolum. Kennelly, I was Doolin. Nakariv Hop Browsache, Stachanashkadi, Kennelly, Talksha Paint in Yannick, Yannick Dane. I was a little bit, as you're right, I'm shitting the Dane, now over the Tracht and Yechler, Rimishagla, I tried Yannick Gomahansa, Kennelly was Doolin.
And Chris, Jimmy Doolan, Kennelly, oh no, Brosnine, August Hart Fun, Lar and Shaw, and Rackdale, Fridge and Lar, Tagalaray, Top Pulse at Hubber and Shaw, Crossmaglen, the Danny O'Callaghan or Huel, Bayer, who Ordog, and Rudden shook the Curse Jahan on Lealina.
Sean on your force, Butcher Collar, Hurt and Fadden, no Gavik me, Dave McKenna, attack Hunt Park, Looney Inish, Aaron Kernan, Dirigation looking. She can near to earn to Grafussi Bader immer to go in the Guia, no in the town, Cooper Nish in Chapter Shacht and Giat Town. Tashi Shin for the Harish and Trasno.
They done a Valahon, the Khul. Marisha Alafak, Stephen McKenna, August. And Tower, girl, David Coldrick, the kicks here, run over.
Agus in Cart good pass, Kusha Ella, Lechiat Slattenson, Mihis of Recher, Cooper Nish. Oisin McConville, along the park, Agus Ambrose O'Donovan. You're hard that so Lish, for a attack again, go Horto Drummer, a hard the var, Tashma Bohard, Stabby on the board, Agus Don, Connect Tashi Curran Leon and Son again, Tahi Casey, the Croken Kinorna, Kademar Williput and Son, Rena the Crusher.
Garisha, Ambrose O'Donovan, Abelta, Gold, Fridge, Birch, no true, the Cossentory, Renihan, the Crusher, can't stop a cur, August Dog Crest, Garushi Abelta, Golarai, August and Lehrhoid, August August Kevy and Chin, Sanaj card, again, Amcard, Dahi Casey, Hanchina Creek, Nisanaga.
Mata, Shachon Stephen Kernan, Oisin McConville, Gmachtestach Lord Bale, Fire Holahan, Shannon Dord, Bergamacher Painter Hogant, Vienile Gear Goma, Achvi Fissach no Goma, again Shanna Vadrin Roa, Agus Gear Raw Kullisha Paintershin.
Viger, Gar, Lesh, and Funchishin, August Scorshin, as Oisin McConville. Taking shake a moy guru and spas, a gospel shoes and shin heel share if you're Hamil guru bugna, the chance like a gullishja, August cool, she or grinchin rud cart, Kahisha and Varnisha, a grejum, August Crossmaglen and Glagustia, Hagan Clehisha.
Henna cool then the order door Martian. Connell Fachta, Lorna Parkinson, Tony Kernan and Trussa. Short the stack, Fada Hasha the Cleanish and Gurchige. Fachta game McConville Gadil. McDivinish. Oh, Tashi Curran Leon. Again, Michael McDivine. Sichra. Ah, Duckrette.
Arishela Kevion, Oisin McConville, Leroy Jardis, Jahega, Sula and Leroy, Botun Janta, and Chinigna Cossentori, Akan Ladrick the Viagashin, August of the Pasha Lino Mo, Michael McNamee, Akan Creek Arish, Esja, and Chin Hegananga, Imaging Kinds for Crossmaglen, Mishna, August Garusha Abel, the Bedger Hack the Rash, and Clehashaw, Tashal Rash, a Lar Byra, August Cleher Show looking in a Shabrin.
Chance to make Demore, Alan Kelly, Lish and Goulson. In a Hemmert. Nish. Fachten Saga Cooper, Sur Cotimpole. Shagri Ambrose O'Donovan, and Ard the Shag Landon Dalavation. And Ard the Shag Landon Dalavan. Now they're off top Peter. On the Vrar, Fat Fachtige, Achni Mona, Sasta, Takahori, Brennan and a Krisha.
No, ni Hangaroshit Saster, or Goyerby, Leshin Kinyushin, and David Coldrick, Liggins Ambrose O'Donovan, Gulhan Tussi, Nervi Korhal Keshton van Doy, or Hokshin, Lehrochin, Glandon, Talu, Narna.
Took a Stachlish and Gitog again, Agus a Dirna Colliers, Far Hotavine, Seeking Rishtan.
Searching Uxaraj, no Elshin Gullen or Gullen. bhí sé teag fríd agus thug mag maithún gulan Morris Carta ní aontaíon tú sin bhé, no?
Nish. Shanska sí McConville agus pointe fachta geisiúd is cécho Henry. Aaron Kernan, fós an aice leis. Siúnsa, David McKenna, oh well, dheich sé tuhalach mar éireacht ach de chéirte siad in na cuailí.
Agus ní raibh an cumar gurú sé gol thar an drasnan ach ar sár iireacht an seo deanta Johnny Hanratty an leithróid seo brúiste Higgins Bás Hig David McKenna agus an sean seo a cruthú dóibhach a rí eile tháinig muid get a skill níos luthe an sin ó Jimmy Clark a bhí galanta an dóir feic sé.
Ceann sa bhuidig hartainna mar bhí Kelly sa chéad le. Buckley Gady an áardach fachta Aaron Kernan. Tony an trosa, Stachadí Clark agus buirte go deasa geisiúd. Tá sé déanana dulchan céine is ar Luke Quinn Kerkelor Jamie Clark. Tony Kernan agus tá fear leistigh se seansan sa. Fós ó cair aigen na chóil amach. Christach Eisiau agus Curtis Stachan Liam an son against Stephen Kernan agus cool gan chynne das the corre.
Oh, dá chréiste gurú Stephen Kernan abhada sin na stúrúiste hiag na cúil híl mé gurú an sean seo caiilte ag rinne hen na cruise bhí seanson ag Tony Kernan bhí sean heile an seo ag Jimmy Clark scíilear leis an léithróid ag Stephen Kernan agus an léithróid ísio leisteach ag an corneal agus cúildar rinne hen na cruise a churan iad hon tosí sa cluthe seo dá chréiste.
Wel bhí ólach im roirí ar aige maach ach ar lí ag daimse sé slí Pléide Aaron Kernan nach tá gweil láidir sé de stachan na fóstan sa ach éirí neis an bhechtta dhéanamh.
Ach bhí mu caiinte sin ach David Cólaach an mhaon sin cinne go John Daggerson.
Seach an Clark ríist. Tá sé de gaimsú i chéile is agus Jamie Clark a dhéanamh líisteach a drón chúil. Heb na láimh diise agus ní héana leis sin uileann sa sin pointe den sco
sin ar dóid ón uileann sin sin a bhain an léithróid ar dús agus gurú sé ábhalta an léithróid eile ar éis agus thorbhéh istí an eile leis an tíomhlín ábhalta seo a stúrú lena asog thar an drasnan agus a bhríon dochréiste sin an céad scóir tá fáte ag nniu.
Uileann sa léna chláiréadan.
Titan sé seo agus sin fan sé glún.
Johnny Buckley,
Johnny Buckley, yeah. It's just an Aidan. Gerhan sin, yeah.
Well, mar bhfuil nach cortú fola, mar sé an cúrsa Kerkelor.
Agus sin coolmhaire.
Agus stein go sé dul sála Joe Stephen Kernan, David Coldrick. Nis cad a dhéanana sé ó heh cartaícha agus ó heh immerthe.
Far for an cool níos luthe de Crossmaglen an captain de Fernie faring the mór táhacht de dóibh ní bheith siad a géirí Stephen Kernan an aice le gimach den farc.
Agus mar bhar a gachtanas má bhainne siad an cluthe ceanna semach. Bheith siad an éime se gachtaíon.
Go hog builliad thubaiste do Crossmaglen ein Stephen Kernan ar hiúil Aston Farc Carta Jarrig tá David McKenna ar hiúil agus fecin muid a ríis seo an a harla agus Badger gur haran sé a le Badger gur haran sé buillian sin be máte ab sin aice a ríis.
Council gafa go maith Alan Kelly sa ceathar díogan is i ggéir réanna na creiseach is minic sin leis fisce an bhuathe agus bíon ar gum sa gcóna í an bhechta dhéanamh Pecon Kernan. Dul siar i bhirte rá áineach steach a láirslí Martin Hernan sa. McKenna fácan na yogi as Ambrose O'Donovan má dhéann sé seo buirteacha chofad le lúnínis leis fichar seo Kieran O'Leary a bhí hir a códris de Cosantóirí Brosnan agus an slua in the metheagnar a réinte seo Shelliv Chancer faointe ge Brosnan an a háchtach an óg sin painte Sprackig san it no better ben a húshoch sé
Sin rud a vidío her Brosnan ar leroid Brosnan a chacht Friedgen Lard tá sé Jacker a rinne hinna cruise stop a chur leisner tá sé ar an leroid agus ag chacht Fried de Lan Lewis mar a bhí sé Arno Kernan a Gary Hacktas Jahan Chohan stop a chur leis ní ro sé abalta agus fagan sé sin trí funte idir na Fernne
Tarna le gan your ren ní mo le canis na món an erig ní mór na gomóg sin chluthe in éonar ghóibh nuair a bhíidir gomór Plumcogs and Dribloid Coopernish Takeíocht leistíar a gcead Finn Fitzgerald Dahi Casix tá Cooperish dig fós Tá seansan sa Chul Doolan Festan sa Gadi Looney Goshen and Boyd and Capgalore Chris Brady níteach takeir na barca lenomut a bhí ar chóhara
agus luúid sin gurú trí funte adarthú gurú ón obras na dí ar an léirthid fáte agus an chuann sé a maithaid an gúid pásáil tras na páirta ag lúnaí a ghlachan an seans bhualann sé an pás agus rí se cén sé an sin nach bridí chun an sean sin achríicnú hena cheasú leis híon an dóithe a hagann sé a maithaige agus an cluthe seo ní mómate le gáil tá seans ag duinearbhí an dar
Leis seo sin McConville Be sé chuig féidir is stad an gúnar a bhfuil sé countsa Tá chu garige Fachta Kyle Brennan and sa Nú Kyle Carraher Bechóir go a hút there Tony Kernan is teach an mí leváid Ambrose O'Donovan is stáile a córa an sonnestig Fachta Garen Kernan agus Kernan eile fós agus the Kernan tá ceannaige Stephen tá ceannaige Arnan is tá hénig
Mas rud é go rómar te ceint fear na níos luthe, mas rud é go rómar te ras go ró job le Januig agus súla chuinn seir lúnaí, céit han sin sa cearnág, céit han sin a más na tosithe chun an sean sin a críicní was better. 20 meter ar hiú as na cúil ach Arnan Kernan angar seo a rís, tá sé muí slascim ar dóin sin an spás a cruú dá híon agus críic ionta. Tá súlas agam go bheith muid críic ionta don cluthe seo inis.
Nes Dave Coldrick a clean of her heart of running son. Is tá on the ele tacht gaan park nu big fechon couple second just the Crokes. Finn Fitzgerald, Shea Brian Looney, a talk in Fark of the sword of reached again Aaron Cunningham, the Renna and the Krisher, August the Ultach mar feint shin again Varog.
Ionta score machine amsú agus nar tá trí funte han tosaí tá tú géirí an capú ceanna a hail hon gan liginsta firm coola amsú agus co-scór a ail ach Arna chun gain an muon sin ar an tíomh lína an brú sin a chuir séiste an brú sin a tháinig muid le linn an darna leatha an seo ar fad go heiles go thomlan as Crossmaglen ar an léithreid agus an críic sin nar tá sé cicáil is deach an gí a bhríon grú sé ábhla sin a stúrú thar an trasnáin agus scór amsú dá hén.
Alien Chinneritz and Kelly Rose O'Donovan Nish Kush came not leave das August Dinella Ostraka Huntalon
We fight a bomb to go hen.
Cooper Aral Shamontor Katafaka Hernum to Stolium Ata Rate go Hefigul Ta count as the Hernum Ma Bader Le Henor Dele August Katayn Fain Tanadog Shake again David Kojic and so August Tarena and the Krisha Treis Carlio de Canister and Shachtu Uir. Ta Hookin Burtuka on Cool, Kenu noch better get Aaron Kernan. A Heineke der that she saw the Corre, Renna and Krisha, a vague Suchla Canish.
August, Tony, congratulations. 7 points down at one stage to win by 3. What hasn't been said about Crossmaglen, I don't know until this point, but that must surely rank amongst all the great time wins.
Yeah, we asked the boys at half-time, we said to them, listen boys, ask the question of Crokes. Put the question to them, see what the answer is. Like, you know, we tell them to stand up, put it on the lane, whatever they lose at this stage. And fair play to the boys, like they put out with a storm in second half there and control the game for the second half only, like, you know.
You've fought against adversity so many times though in the past. How come that same message just keeps getting through to these players?
Yeah, well, I guess they don't want to let themselves down. They don't want to let the crowd down or themselves down. And you know something? It's a credit to them because that second half, they were brave, they were strong, you know what I mean? They held the session well, like, and more important than that, they pushed up on their men and they did what they were asked to do, you know what I mean? So It goes to show that when you ask the boys the question and you put it off them, they can deliver. Yeah.
To do it with 14 men, Stephen Kernan, what a second half, scores a goal, gets sent off. What was your reading on what happened?
I honestly didn't see it. It seems to be a late tackle or something like that off the ball. So I actually missed it. The linesman beside me saw it. I didn't see it. But listen, if we hit him, we deserve sent off. We look at it. If he deserves sent off, we'll fair play to him.
All right, Cohordagus back in the final. Gurmina Magat.
Thank you very much.
All right, fair play. Elderish Lumanshaw, Agus Cohordagus, Le Jamie, Agus Mila Boyachas, Tusker and Shah, First Trust Jamie. Congratulations, Cohordagus. Back in the final, doing it the crossway, the hard way. Nonetheless, you're back in the final St. Patrick's Day. How do you feel?
Yeah, I suppose it's a good feeling, you know. Hasn't really sunk in yet. It was a tough one, you know. We left it very hard for ourselves there coming into the start of the second half, you know. Off to a terrible start, you know. Coming into the game, we said we needed to get off to a flare, and you know things didn't go our way. But you know it's the same. We were in the same situation last year, and yet again, you know, we needed the heart, you know, to get us through in the second half, and thankfully we did it.
What happened the first 15-20 minutes? Was it, I don't know, was it complacency? What was it?
I don't know. Well, we've been getting off to good starts all year, you know, and I suppose we were maybe a bit overexcited coming into the game. We didn't really play out our heads. I think we sort of just we went at it too quick, and you know when we need to settle down, I think Aaron and Oisin settled us down a bit with a bit of experience. You know, took a lot of their frees, but you know we come out the second half. I don't know how we did it, but you know we got a goal and it kick-started us. Sorry.
Michael McNamee's goal shortly after Dahi Casey's goal for Crokes was crucial. Oisin McConville going up at 36 years of age, up into the sky, grabbing the ball and feeding it to Michael. He's so much still to offer.
Yeah, first of all, the goal, you know, gives a huge lift at the start, the end of the first half. Sorry, and you know, it really gives a huge lift. And you know, we took it from there at the end of the second half. And you know, Stephen got a brilliant goal. I don't know if he meant it or not. There'll be disputes about that, but you know, they all count. And you know, fair play to Dr. Crokes to give us a real game here today.
And then finally, Aaron coming up and sealing the deal with his goal. Back in Croke Park in a month's time. What a massive other occasion yet again for Crossmaglen Rangers.
It is, yeah. I think there was only 2 teams ever to do back-to-back All-Irelands, and I think we were the last. So, you know, there's a new breed of players here, and, you know, not many people expected us to win the All-Ireland last year. And, you know, I think we proved a lot of people wrong that we're back here again in the final.
Cohordagus le Jamie.
Thank God, my God.
Tá fáilte rót. Okay, mahu Carcolor Tashkela Cleha Tami Consula have a right as the book 20.